guys, and welcome back to Wonder Quest. Right, so if you've not yet watched episode 1 of the season 2, go and watch that quickly. And I'm going to be showing you today how to actually make these rocket boots. So this is Rama's rocket boots. Now in the actual episode, obviously Rama was in, or the actor was in creative mode, and they could fly around and making it look as if they're wearing rocket boots. However, I've kind of just slightly changed the mechanic for reasons you will discover at a later stage on Stampy's channel. I have changed the mechanics slightly. So if I go into survival mode, game mode 0, okay, you will see that when I'm running and I can jump, I actually do have a bit of a rocket boost. Okay, it doesn't fly me that far. Okay, so it's not that far, but it does allow me to do a bit of a, you can see it's quite a bit of a jump. I mean, you'll see the little particles going up there. All right, so there we go. You'll see the little jump. So this is pretty cool. Okay, pretty cool. Right, so let's go and have a look at how you yourself can make these rocket boots. Okay, so first let's get into zone 1. Now there's before we start, there is 2 things that you are going to need to do. First off, you are going to need to create 2 scoreboard objectives. Okay, so scoreboard objectives, add rocket boots dummy. Now dummy just means that we can put any numerical value into it. The second one we want to do is jump, and that is a scoreboard objectives add jump.stat. Jump stat.jump. Now what that does is every time I jump, it will actually add 1 to my jump score. So it'll auto detect that I am actually jumping. Okay, whoopsie. And then over here as well, this is just the boots that we're going to be using. So we're going to give player add all a leather boots. Okay, we're going to change the display name to Rama's rocket boots, and we're going to add law evil rocket boots. Okay. Now the law is important because we're going to be detecting that law, and then we're also giving it a color. So we are giving it this nice red evil rocket boots color. Okay, once we've got that all set up, we've got a two series of commands that we're going to run. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to detect that the player is actually wearing the rocket boots. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to do a partial NBT data match. We're going to say scoreboards players set at all rocket boots 2. So we're going to add 2 to the score of rocket boots to all players that in their inventory, slot number 100B, which is the feet slot, if that item in that slot has a tag display named Rama's rocket boots with a law of evil rocket, and the color is red, we are going to set their score to the value 2. So you can't, if you are doing this on a server, nobody's going to be able to craft these, because you cannot craft in survival mode. You cannot craft items with a law. Okay, you can rename them, but you can't give them a law. Okay, then the next thing is we're going to remove 1 point from all players that has a minimum score of 1. Okay, so if I go scoreboard objective set display sidebar rocket boots, you will see that I'll always have a score of 1, because this one over here gives me 1, gives me 2, sets it to 2 because I'm wearing it. This one then removes it from me. So what will happen is, if you have a look at the sidebar, I know it's a bit dark. If I remove that, you'll see it immediately goes to 0, which means I no longer have the rocket boots on. Okay, so it's just a way to test if the player is constantly wearing it. Okay. Once we've got those 2 set up, then we can actually do a bunch of stuff. So the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be executing at all players that has a score of rocket boots at least 1. We are going to be playing the particle fireworksSpark underneath them. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do exactly the same, but we're going to do particle flame, and lastly we're going to do particle smoke. So that gives us the little flame and the black smoke and the white sparkles. Okay, so that's what all of that does. Now to do the jump, okay, the jump works slightly different. We're going to go effect. So now we're going to apply an effect to the player at all players who's got a score of rocket boots at least 1. Okay, so you have to be wearing the rocket boots. You need a score jump of 1, so you have to have jumped. Okay, we are going to be applying a jump boost for 5 seconds of 250 strength, and it's going to be true. So we're going to hide the particles. So the true means we're hiding the particles. What that means is when I'm in survival, I am not going to take any fall damage. Okay, that's very important. I'm not going to take any fall damage, but also it stops me from jumping for 5 seconds. Okay, so it just stops me from being able to boost the whole time. Okay, so it's just a little bit of a thing there. Then what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to do exactly the same effect at all players who's wearing rocket boots, who has just jumped. We are going to levitate them with a strength 3 for 2 seconds. Now we can make this longer. Okay, so we can make this 3 seconds or 4 seconds. So we can, if we wanted to, make a player fly further by making this a 3. Okay, or we can make them fly higher by maybe making this a 4. So if we make this a 4 and we make this a 3, okay, we'll test in a moment. We will go higher and further. And then just the last one in here is we're just going to be removing the jump score. Okay, so we're just going to, all this happens at the same time, and then we're going to remove the jump score so that the player is no longer getting those effects applied. Okay, so now let's just have a look. So if I go into my mode here, all right, and here we go. If I now do my jump, you'll see that I'm now going higher and further than I went before. Okay, right, isn't that cool? So let's see, we can probably reach, and then I can just go, if I want to go straight up, you can actually do a bit of a flying motion on this. So let's see if I can get on top of this thing over here with my boots. Okay, and I'm just going to go like that, and I'm going to fly up, and there we go. See, so you do have quite a bit of control over the flying movement of this, which I think is absolutely cool. Now, if you combine that with Elytra, you're actually going to get quite a cool effect. Okay, guys, so if you do like this, let me know. If you do want to know more about how I'm putting together the mechanics for the Wonder Quest series, I'm going to try and make one of these videos that explains a new mechanic in the episode that you just watched, that's released that day. Do give this a like, do give this a thumbs up, do share this, just, you know, show me that that you are actually interested in seeing how all of this stuff works and how we put it together. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching, and as always, I will check you all later.